is White Sheep.
This is the Aquaman guy, Armin.
This is the Bane guy, Joel, I guess.
The Inception sound.
This is Jay. We're coming at you that 1-2 punch.
Million
God.
hits.
Yeah.
He said the thing we like, everybody.
So, if you couldn't tell, this is the comic book versus finale of season 2. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Oh yeah.
a long time coming. I guess if you haven't looked at the title of this video yet, the matchup is Avengers versus the Justice League. So,
Yeah.
that's why we have all these people here.
You've assembled your own super team.
We have. We just don't have any powers.
Not yet.
I have the power to piss off trolls by talking about Aquaman a lot. That's pretty effective
the
power.
I have the
Power-
power to offend juggalos.
I can't tell you my powers because they're top secret.
So wait, if you mix the Avengers with Justice League, do you get the Javengers?
Javengers.
Oh my.
I like the Javengers.
Right.
So, yeah, so I guess for Avengers, for the majority of it, me and White Sheep will take them, and
Yes.
everyone else is Justice League.
Yes.
Except for Armin, who is Team Aquaman.
I'm Team Aquaman. Team Orange and Green, folks. Team Orange and Green.
Aquaman beats everybody.
Okay, so this will be differently from how it usually is because usually we have one character versus another, and in this case we're doing the teams. So it will be the team as a whole versus the other team as a whole. So the categories are leadership, members, cohesiveness, and effectiveness.
Yes.
So would Justice League people like to go first, or?
Sure. I guess I will defend the Justice League and also kind of insult them at the same time when I get to talk. Well, I have to talk about their leadership, right?
Mhm.
And their leader is Batman.
Which I disagree with.
Exactly.
Me
And
too.
one of my big problems is when you read the new Justice League comic, they do not work as a team. They are constantly branching off, doing their own thing. They're constantly at each other's throat. No one can agree
Always,
to a
yeah.
course of action that someone's going to take.
And that's so unfortunate.
And the thing is, like, Aquaman doesn't take Batman seriously. Superman doesn't take Batman seriously. Green Lantern is constantly making fun of him, and even though he left the team, he put that thought into everybody's head. No one is literally believing the leader. If he can't call the shots, what's to follow?
Yeah, it's just like if you like you say, read the comics and just taking Batman serious, and I think maybe we're gonna get an issue where Batman just snaps everybody's he's gonna do like the Justice League Doom movie.
Yeah,
He's gonna just
or Tower of Babel as it was in the comics. To me, Batman always made so much more sense as the smart guy, as the tech support.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is something that has really been usurped by Cyborg, who is now the team smart guy and the team tech support.
Yep.
Because,
Batman was
robot.
also the team stalker now, so...
Yeah, that too. They made Batman quite creepy in this new Justice League comic.
If you're looking
Watching
at
this,
Batman's
just-
alwa's been kind of creepy. Just
True, I
under the
guess.
surface. It's,
Yeah. So for Avengers, though, leadership goes to Captain America. If you don't know who Captain America is, I don't know.
What the hell are you doing?
yeah, exactly.
Full.
Did you see that movie, the one that made like $2 billion?
If you don't know who Captain America is, what are you doing clicking on this video?
He's the Star-Spangled Man with a plan.
Everyone respects him and listens to
He
him.
socked Hitler in the jaw.
Yeah, like
Pretty much. If that doesn't win respect, what will?
yeah, no one defies Captain America pretty much. So I think, considering how much anti-Batman leadership we just got, I think Avengers wins this category.
I have to agree. The leadership in Avengers is hands. I mean, Captain America grew up in the military. That was his thing. He led Shield for a while. You can't argue Captain America's leadership.
He's the president now.
Yeah, he's
Right.
the president in the ultimate continuity.
yeah.
President
Everybody respects Cap. Batman people are more paranoid of.
Uh-huh.
All right, so next category, members. Do you guys want to run down the list of members for Justice League? Someone?
Okay, so we got what do we? Okay, so we got the Flash, Cyborg, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Of course, Green Lantern is not mentioned here because as of right now, Hal Jordan is dead and stuck in a void inside of a ring or some crap like that.
You know, the usual for comics. He'll be
Yeah.
back in a week.
He'll be back.
So, okay, what do you guys think about the team as a whole? Like, we know they won't work together, and we've already seen that in the latest
Mhm.
Justice League. The moment anybody does anything wrong, Aquaman's willing to take a shot and try to kill them without hesitation.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That being
Well,
said, though, just by sheer power level, we got a guy who's faster than the speed of light, a dude who can fly around the planet, the king of the sea, an Amazon warrior princess, a martial artist technician, and a dude with a friggin' buster gun on his arm.
Uh-huh.
mhm. Like you said, they don't get they don't have good leadership, but they get shit done. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Right.
like it's messy, but at least they get the shit done. Like they get
If
their job done.
if the Avengers is a precise laser, then the Justice League, as they are right now, is like a tsunami or a tornado.
Hmm.
I completely agree with you there. I mean, if there was Martian Manhunter included there, the Avengers
Oh
would
yeah.
not even stand a chance.
Yeah.
As it is right now, they really don't.
The way
But
I've always looked at it, the Avengers are men playing at being gods. The Justice League are
Yup,
gods
they are
playing at
gods.
being men.
well said. I really have to hand them that one. But running through the list of Avengers really, really quickly. Like we said, Captain America, Black Widow,
Mhm.
Iron Man, the Hulk, Hawkeye,
Hawkeye. Yeah.
and Thor. Can't forget Thor.
Mhm.
Because he's really the most powerful person on the team. But or next to Hulk. But
Mhm.
mm,
Well, I think
But
powerful as a whole, Thor is more powerful, but strong wise, like strength,
mhm.
Hulk gets it.
yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
honestly think if the battle came down to last two standing, it would be probably Thor and Superman, maybe. And I think Thor would get the upper hand.
Ass.
Mhm.
That's
Like
not even a like combat wise, Thor would kill him. Strength wise, Thor would kill him. Magic included, Thor would kill him.
Well, it's the magic thing we have to remember. I remember we did another competition and it basically came down to the fact Thor is magic and magic is one of the few things that can fuck with Superman.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's like
Yeah.
just a hammer.
But in
Yep.
both cases, it really depends on who's riding Superman, because Superman's been
Yeah.
invincible and he's been,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretty.
He
So
doesn't die, he just goes to sleep at the center of the
basically,
sun for a little bit.
apparently,
Yeah. So I guess members would go to Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
terms of just sheer untapped power,
yeah.
it's kind of hard to fight with.
Yeah.
So now we go to cohesiveness, which is like pretty much like we've kind of touched on this already. Like how do they work together?
How do they complement each other? This is
Mhm.
more than just teamwork, but how do they actually help each other out type deal and make each other stronger by being together as a team?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'll let one of you guys on Justice League take it.
Okay,
Well,
you
you
have
want-
Batman, the master strategist. You have Superman, the big blue Boy Scout. Uh, Diana, who she's a warrior princess type deal,
hmm
Mhm.
right there. So she's not afraid of nothing. The Flash just gets a lot of shit done. Speed is really helpful in a fight, and
Mhm.
he can basically do just about anything you need him to do in the story to pull shit out. And then of course you have Aquaman, and what can Aquaman do, Armin?
He
Mhm.
okay. Okay, this Aquaman, if you put him in space, he's gonna take the planet and just throw it. Okay, not really though, but so pretty much, I mean, Aquaman, you put him up against anybody here, he's more or less gonna get the upper hand on them. For the sheer fact that he is so resistant and powerful to everything. But he is kind of hot-headed. He doesn't think
Mhm.
anything through.
Especially now, they've really made him into more of a cowboy
Yeah,
in the new 52. He leaps before he looks type deal.
definitely.
And Cyborg, who seems to be the more everyman on the team, the more level-headed one. If anything, he's kind of usurped the heart of the team thing from the Flash.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Cyborg because Cyborg is pretty much the ears and eyes of everybody because
Mm-hmm.
he's usually in Watchtower, but when he needs help, like the last issue, he gets shit done. He just took that
Mm-hmm.
guy, Aquaman's, what is he? I
Shin,
mean, like,
Dr. Shin.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
he,
doctor. Yeah.
he pretty much saved him. So he could do both, but I think without him, Justice League is like pretty much lost because they don't know what to do. Like, oh, like he's the one to tell him, here's a location, here's this, here's that, here's this.
Yeah,
He's
He's
the
like the heck.
glue right now.
the way I see
Yes.
it is, since he is the most human, despite being a cyborg, he can have the most damage to him. You know, Batman's just always in the back, so he actually thinks things through.
Yeah.
The rational one to
Right.
even out everybody else.
So
Let me counterpoint that really quickly though. How do they work together as a team though? Like you guys mentioned that they're sort of like a tidal wave.
All right,
and
they
then-
work as good as a team as Burger King and McDonald's in a competition where they have to stop, you know, Taco Bell. It's disaster.
Like
It
they
just falls
have to-
apart.
And again, let us say that's right now the new 52 version, to which they're really playing up the friction between the team.
Right.
Mhm.
So for Avengers, though, I have to say they seem like a pretty well-oiled machine together, cohesive-wise. You know,
Mhm.
everybody seems to know like what to do. It probably helps that their leadership is strong too.
Mm-hmm.
So when Captain America says, "Hey, you two work together, get this done," they don't go, "I don't want to." They go, "Okay, now."
That's a little bit of a function of Cap's leadership, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Let us.
I completely agree. The cohesiveness is definitely there. I honestly I believe that I think that the Justice League is a more realistic example of what would happen if we put all these people together.
And let us not forget too that on your team, the Avengers, you got some wild cards
Mm-hmm.
in your team there. You got the Hulk, who's this big, unstoppable ball of rage there, who they're mostly able to reel him in. But what would happen if the one time they didn't reel him in? He'd be a danger to the enemy and to the team.
Every
Yep.
time they have a telepath on the other team, it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then,
yeah, go first.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then you got Thor, who's this big, prideful Viking
Oh,
god.
and don't forget, he has sweet biceps.
Oh, he is totally sweet biceps, of course. How could I forget that? He's got his whole warrior spirit thing going on, which is cool. And Tony Stark, who can sometimes be a little arrogant, to put it
Yeah.
nicely. But mostly, yeah, they all fall under Cap's leadership and help each other out. Even the dude with the bow, even Hawkeye.
I think Hawkeye would be the mega wild card in this entire fight because like you just don't know what that guy's gonna do. I mean, he's so effective with his arrows and everything. Just
Nobody suspects the guy with the bow
right, right.
until he throws it.
So I think when it comes to cohesiveness of the teams, they're both obviously not 100% well-oiled machines, but as of right now in the comics, Avengers would take it.
Oh, hands down.
They do help each other out more. They're more friendly with each other, which is certainly something.
Justice League is very cautious of each other.
Yeah.
Well, besides Superman and Wonder Woman, they're like in each other's pants all the time now.
Yeah. But hey, office romances never work out.
All right, so the final category, which is effectiveness, which is basically, we've pretty much covered, the leader, do they work well together, who are the members of the team, but now it comes to like the most important part. When they have a task to do something, can they get it done effectively? And yeah.
Okay, the Justice League. Speaking of the New 52, these guys can't tie their shoelaces without hitting each other.
But people like fighting. Fighting sells comics.
Mhm.
They fought each other like 3 times already.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
Lantern getting his ass kicked by Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and then Green Lantern. And the was it the first issue? They were already fighting. Bug.
They're their own worst enemy, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
think it's that every character in the Justice League thinks they're better than everybody else, and I think that's their
Exactly.
problem.
Their ego, right? Like their ego is really high.
Right.
That's what it is.
And you would think with all the power that they have on that team that they'd be able to get more done more effectively, but that's not the case.
Not
And that's
at all.
really more a fault of the writing than it is
Yep.
anything else. I mean,
Well,
geez,
it's the fault of trying to sell comics.
True. I mean, my favorite version of the Justice League has always been the animated series one, to which in that case everyone fell in line behind Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Because he
surprised
was
they don't do that here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't do it too. I mean, I guess it just really shows how Batman has kind of taken over the center stage of the DC universe right now.
Thanks,
To where it's,
Nolan.
yeah, well, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Justice League versus Avengers.
so yeah, Justice League doesn't seem like they can get stuff done, but it takes them like a year and a half to basically walk to the door.
They'll do it, but they won't do it in a speediest manner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they get shit done, and they're gonna do it in crazy, explosive ways. But as I said before, they're not exactly precise about it.
Yeah, like you had a great, I think, metaphor, analogy, whatever, for it, where it's like Avengers are like the precision, like
Hmm
the laser, while the Avengers or Justice League is like a tidal wave.
Let's put it this way: you wouldn't want to invite the Justice League to a birthday party, unless you wanted them to laser vision the cake, blow up the gas, drown everybody, that sort of thing.
All right, so White Sheep, I guess we should take the Avengers, even though it seems like we kind of have in Disney and Justice League. But
Where's
effectiveness for the Avengers, they get stuff done, and I think the reason why they're more effective is because, and it all goes back to leadership. Captain America tells them what to do, and they don't go off to do something else.
Yep.
They follow that plan. And
I mean, it's a function of everything that we've talked about before. It's the fact that they're more cohesive. While the members may not be as powerful, the fact that they're more cohesive and they have a stronger leader actually leads to better results. They
Who
get
do you,
shit done, period.
here's a question: who do you think fights the tougher battles? Who do you think fights the tougher enemies?
Oh,
well, yeah,
Oh, I would say probably Justice League.
Justice League, hands down.
Hmm
Well, I think this also
When the
comes down to the
Avengers have this
age-old argument, we have that the Justice League is meant to be gods in a world filled with gods, where the Avengers are meant to be everyday heroes in a hero world. Like
And
I
that's
think,
why I've always, to me, I mean, I'm not trying to more objectify things or subjectify things, whichever one. That's why I've always liked Marvel, just because it seems more about everyday
yep,
heroes.
yep,
And
exactly.
let us not forget too that they come from very two different worlds. Where in the DC universe, heroes are beloved for the most part, where in the Marvel universe, it's always protect people
Right.
or
Yep.
protect the world that hates and fears us.
Yep.
So not only do they have to contend with their enemies, the Avengers, but they also have to contend with the world at large.
And as a great man once said in The Simpsons, "But Aquaman, you cannot marry a woman without gills."
You're from two different worlds. Good one.
So effectiveness, who are we giving it to?
This is tough. I almost want to say that it would be a tie because it really comes down to a situational thing. I mean, if
Yep.
Darkseid's invading, you obviously want the Justice League out there to fight the horrible cosmic threat. But if there was
Well, unless they're
something
gonna
small,
copycat the Avengers 3 years later, boom.
yeah, well. But meanwhile, if you got a Hydra causing trouble and shit, I definitely want the Avengers out there dealing with shit and protecting me.
So it's pretty even. Like a
It
tie.
is. Again, it comes down to two completely different teams for two completely different universes fighting
Yep.
two completely different threats.
I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
so just kind of running through the categories again. Leadership went to Avengers,
Hmm
went to Justice League. Cohesiveness went to Avengers, and effectiveness is a tie.
Mhm.
Yep.
So by those categories, it means that the Avengers won.
But just
Mhm.
barely. So don't get mad in the comments,
Yes,
everybody.
they're the
See,
better team right now.
as well, see, here's how I see the battle. They're gonna fight each other, right? Everything's gonna be good and bad. They're all gonna be bloodied up. As to which point Aquaman kills them all and takes the crown. Boom! That's exactly how it goes.
Or,
No,
either that or Superman flies around the Earth and reverses time.
Yep.
And then they
Mhm.
talk it out.
Yeah, and they
Oh,
talk it
sounds
out.
good.
yeah, but I'm saying like if it was because people are gonna mention the Justice League animated series, if
Hmm
that was the Justice League, yes, they would win hands down because
Absolutely.
Yep.
That was
they
the
were
best
more
team.
organized. Yes, they were more organized. But this Justice League are just like
The current
I don't
Justice
know.
League, yeah, would get pimp slapped by the
Hell,
Avengers.
and I'm glad you brought up the animated series too. Hell, if
Yeah.
you bring in Justice League Unlimited, they basically
Oh
have the
Lord.
entire DC universe at their hands.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
if you bring in the Bendis era of Avengers, they have basically the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah, and then we go into like crazy things like Captain
maybe
Universe and
maybe
Mm.
season 3 finale.
Leon and
Oh God, that's the fight that would destroy the universe.
yeah,
Yes,
and then we go into
that's the bottom line.
aliens and stuff. So
That
We don't
is
know
the
how it happens, but the world ends.
that is the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
yeah, maybe in the next season finale we'll do just like everybody in DC versus everybody in Marvel.
Yep.
My head's already exploding thinking of that.
Start doing your homework. It's
Oh,
it's gonna
God.
get big.
Oh yeah.
So what we're saying is, when my two favorite characters, Aquaman and Captain America, clash, my brain will explode in amazingness.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yeah, just remember though, before you have all those hate comments being like, "Oh, Justice League is more powerful." This is the team as a whole.
Eh.
This is them individually. Individually, Justice League would probably
Yeah.
beat the Avengers minus Thor.
Yeah, if it was a matter of sheer strength and sheer power, it's obvious who would win. But it's not. This is a team fight. This is a team thing.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
gonna give it.
it's
I
not.
think that. Go ahead.
I was about to say it's not like Kobe versus like another great team. Like what NBA team has a good team base? It's like
The hell
I
is the
guess-
Dude, you're,
NBA?
dude, you're
Wizards.
asking sports questions.
no,
Wow.
because I'm trying to make
Josh,
it like
it's
more.
not the Wizards. Josh is no longer qualified to speak about this. Probably the Thunder.
Come on, we're in DC. We have to root for our team. Come on.
Yes,
No, I'm
we
just
do,
saying,
but our
like-
team sucks.
I'm saying like the Justice are like Kobe Bryant, where he's pretty much doing everything by himself, and then he has all these stars like Dwight Howard, and they can't get shit done.
Toronto Raptors is the one Canadian here.
The Justice League? That's the only sports team I know.
What's basketball? What's football?
Okay, so I think that kind of wraps it up. Avengers wins, Justice League loses. Cry about it in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't, comment. Well, yeah, comment, whatever.
Yes, please.
Do
Josh,
it.
Josh will handle all your complaints.
Send all your hate mail to him, not us.
Make sure you
Not
send
us.
all your Aquaman hate mail to Armin, because he loves that shit. He loves proving you wrong. I sure do.
All right.